So once again, I keep on getting the question of how much is this car worth. Right now, the only ones that make it is Persa in Argentina. If you go to their website, you can have a look. This one was actually built in 1962, so it's one of the first replicas ever made. So it's Saturday morning, we're out for a drive around Windermere. That's a beautiful location in Orlando. As you can see, the scenery along the way is absolutely gorgeous. I love coming for a ride on Sunday mornings to this area. I like to do it early in the morning before traffic is around. So it's a lot nicer to enjoy the roads. And this is a classic I'd die if I saw. Let me know when you're in Orlando. I do go down to iDrive a lot. Just give me a heads up and I'll head out that way to iDrive. The model is actually a 1925 Bugatti T35. That's the Type 35. This one is a replica. It was built in 1962, so it's one of the first replicas ever built, which makes it very nice, very rare. A lot of detail, as you see in the wood, all hand cut. So somebody put a lot of time into this car. I've had it for 27 years now. I've done about 250,000 miles. I've had the engine rebuilt twice on it. Such a beautiful car, yep. And it's great fun to enjoy. It's great fun to drive around. And when people see you driving, they stop, they stare, they wave. It's an amazing feeling. I need to get one of those things to hold it onto here. Which is where we go out boating. Yes, we have two individual little windshields. They don't really do much. I think you get more wind from them than if we didn't have them. I always wear sunglasses or glasses to drive this car because you never know what debris comes flying at you. fact about this car, you're basically sitting on the rear axle. So whenever you turn the front of the car, you get a very funny sensation. It doesn't steer the same as regular cars. It is quite difficult to get around. You don't have power steering or anything. So with the clutch and everything, it does get tiring after a while. Question on here of how I got it. Let me find a place to pull over. Give me just a second and I'll answer that question for you. I don't know whether you can hear me right now because of the wind. Here we go. We're going to go into Lakeside. So I was living in the south of Spain and we were driving around the mountains one day and I saw it. It was halfway buried in mud. So we approached the house where it was at. And of course the owner came out and we negotiated with them. He ended up selling it to me. He bought it for his wife like 15 years beforehand. This is 27 years ago, by the way. And he sold it to me. We got a crane out there. We had to dig out the car. It took all day to dig it out. It was halfway up in mud. Then I got it back over to one of my friend's shops. He lives there and he took it completely apart, painted it, rebuilt it, and it's never been painted since. This paint is 27 years old, so it has stayed in perfect condition. once again, for everybody that just came on, we're going for a ride. It's Sunday morning here in Orlando. I'm in Windermere, beautiful area. I love coming for a ride early in the morning before there's too many cars on the road. I hope you're enjoying the ride with me. If you're ever in Orlando and you want to meet up, give me a heads up. I do head out to iDrive quite often, so I do go there, have a look around, see what's going on iDrive. So we're going to pull over for a minute. So that's what they call a fishtail on classic cars. As you see, it comes out to a V. We got the steering wheel, speed, RPMs, you've got the water temperature, petrol, you've got the dynamo, and also the oil temperature and oil pressure there. So yeah, it's got an English plate on the front. It was registered in England for like 30 years. We got the spare tire on the side and the handbrake. It is a 4-speed, which makes it a bit more complicated to drive, but a lot more fun. You can get more RPMs out of it. You got all the steering. I just recently changed the steerings, the tie rods, out to chrome ones so they would look a bit nicer. We got some badges on the front of the car as well. AAA, which is the towing company. This was back in England, back in the 1960s. Then we've got international Bugatti, which is a get-together they did. This was back in 1962, where this was invited because it was one of the first replicas that came out. And then of course I've got my horseshoe for good luck, which was already on the front of the car. I know it's a bit early, there's not many people up and about yet, and that's the way I like it when I go for a drive. If you think about it and you look in your area, you'll probably find out most people with classic cars go out for rides early in the morning just because it's cooler and there's nobody on the roads. And of course, it's great fun to drive as well. So let's go for another spin. It's not the easiest car to get in and out of. So for everybody that joined just now, we're out for a drive in Windermere this morning. It's a beautiful day, not too hot, which makes it perfect. It's supposed to hit 87 degrees in about an hour or two, so I'm gonna start heading home. So here's the handbrake. In gear and off we go. Beautiful, there's nobody on the roads. need to get my co-pilot driving in here. He was fast asleep. My son was gaming all night. So we're off the beaten track now. I don't know where I got myself into, but I'll be turning around in a minute. It's a beautiful area. That's what I came here for, to have a look at the lake. There's a little bridge here. I think we can get over this bridge. Yeah, no problem at all. Wow, this area is absolutely amazing. Look at that for a view. And there's no construction around here. This is phenomenal. There's just one house right over here. So how much is it worth? Once again, this was built back in the 60s. It all depends on who wants to buy it. I was offered a nice cash amount for it, but I would never sell it after 27 years of having this car. It's going to be part of my family forever. My kids were brought up in it. You can go, the only manufacturer that makes great copies right now is Persang Argentina. He is in my bio. You can go onto their website and have a look how much you can get Bugatti T35 Replica for. There's the fishtail once again. And of course, as you've noticed, it's great fun to drive. Everybody enjoys it. When they see you drive past, the first thing they do is they wave and say hello to you. Someone's having fun out on jet skis today. There's a lot of nice details like the EB for Enzo Bugatti on the steering wheel. We also have it right there in the middle of the spare tire. Top speed, well, you don't really want to go that fast in it. You can do 60, 65 on the highway without a problem. Up when I was in Germany in the Autobahn, I hit nearly 100, but the thing was shaking and going all over the place. It's not a fun experience. You're hanging on for your life. Remember, this thing is all fiberglass. It's very, very light. They used to race these on dirt tracks like what we're on right now. So they don't have much traction. It actually has concrete in the front of it to make it slightly heavier so that you do stay on the road when you go around a corner. We're here in Windermere, Orlando. If you know the area of Windermere, it's a beautiful location. You can tell just by the houses, and this is right on Lake Butler, the chain of lakes. You can see people having fun out there on their jet skis. There's a little island as well called Bird Island that we go to on the boats on the weekends. We've been going for a beautiful ride. It's a fantastic morning, not many cars on the road, and the temperature is phenomenal. It must be about 78 degrees. And there's a slight breeze, which makes it absolutely amazing.